Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, depending on what time zone you're in or what time you're watching this video. And today we are back with the Virtuoso Ren. This is going to be the next installment of this Tales series, and I'm very excited because the Tales series is pretty fire. If you haven't seen that, please go watch them now. Very amazing storytelling, very amazing, just lyricism, musicality, all of it. But this is the next installment, and I'm very, very excited. I hope that you are too. My arm is out of its sling. Look at that. We're making progress. I'll be able to hopefully reply to everyone soon. It's been a little bit tricky, but I'm looking forward to being able to talk with you all again. I love you all. I've missed you all. And without further ado, let's jump right in, shall we? Let's go. So we're going to do the thing that we usually do now and just watch the video through once as a reaction and then go back and analyze. So, without further ado.
Tragic scenes last night in London.
Oh, look at the logo.
A 14-year-old girl was found dead from a fatal stab wound. Her attacker, a 14-year-old boy, is in critical condition after a violent altercation with a police officer. Over to reporters on the ground for more.
Oh, such a beautiful shame. The sunflowers will when the skies do not rain. It's a story I'm sure we all know. It's a moment of madness inside of the woes we all...
Sorry, whoa. That is the most Vincent van Gogh I have ever seen someone look. That is impressive. Honestly, that is so cool. Sorry, I stopped it right when I didn't even mean
of madness inside of the woes we all fall down in London town. Shaky ground carries me. Whoa, rains down blindingly loud.
Oh my god. Wow. My god. And the sunflowers are literally on fire. Bro. Oh, look at the next logo.
Here lie the corpses of corporate machines, planting seeds where the grass never grows. But the grass, it stays greener in places unknown as we all fall down in London town. Shaky ground carries me. Whoa, rains down.
Oh my god. Dude, what? And it's when he's high that we're hearing this? Oh my god. Our boy. Our boy. Oh, he don't look so happy though. It sounds like almost horror movie-esque, and this clock ticking is speeding up. Speeding up a lot. What are all these whispers? Is that the first time you pay with a card? Oh my god. Bro. Oh. Yo, tell me you're not hyped about that. Come on. Especially this, yo, when he did that in Tales previously, like it hit so hard. It was so well done. And I can't wait to see where he uses it again. God damn, this was not what I expected it to be. Like, this was like, it truly was a prologue, but it was done so well. He sang this like, you know, like the beginning of like almost like plays or musicals set in England, the way a narrator sounds. That's what he sounded like. And it's so perfect because he's going to be storytelling an entire series probably. And it's going to be musical. It's going to be great. And we're going to get to witness that. And that's how he's starting the story off as a narrator. But there's so much goodness in this because, like, even when you look at both of their scenarios, one of them is sitting in his room and just going over, like, we just see this back and forth of the camera, which represents like just that's the cycle, right? And then we get him, Ren, also going through his own version of the cycle, which is just him. He's leaving the room, but he's just constantly going through the same emotions, just doing the same things over and over again. And it like almost leads you to think about the apathy and the cycle that we get caught in as a result. Damn. Okay. Well, if you were here for the reaction, I appreciate you, love you. I will see you later, but let's jump right back in because I want to go over some things. Tragic like, I love that we have the logo right at the top, Ren's logo, but later on it changes.
In London, a 14-year-old girl was found dead from a fatal stab wound. Her attacker, a 14-year-old boy, is in critical condition after a...
Coming in with these sounds is so perfect too, because it almost sounds like how a children's story or a children's lullaby would start, right? And this is like almost saying that like the lullaby aspect that we're literally asleep on what is happening, right? But the other aspect of that is like we're taught this stuff, like this cruelty is part of our world from when we're children, and we're almost taught to just be like overlook it and be like, that's what happens. It sucks. Didn't happen to you, so keep moving. Right, and that's almost like I imagine is what that symbolizes.
Violent altercation with a police officer. Over to reporters on the ground for more.
Oh, such a
he's literally rolling along. I don't know if that's intentional. I feel like that's perfect.
Beautiful shame. The sunflowers will when the skies do not rain.
Even sounds sad. So much emotion.
It's a moment of madness inside of the woes. We all fall down in London town. Shaky ground carries me. Whoa, rains down, blindingly loud. Never surrender.
I really wanted to hear those horns again. It took a lot to pause that. I love that he hits the notes all fall down. Like that's where the trumpet, I assume, blares, and it's so perfect because it really shows you how much that hits. But then we get this like almost restructuring of like London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down, which is like a children's song, which is wild. But that's a whole thing in and of itself. But like he's rearranged it now to be almost like the adult version of like it's no longer fun and games. People are literally dying in the madness. And like that's what we're getting kind of told here in this song, is that like the woes, they are everywhere and it's madness, but we've kind of become so used to it that it no longer feels like madness, which is madness in and of itself. Oh, and then the sunflowers are literally on fire. Something I wanted to note is, look, it's intentional, right? Like this is not an accident. These are on fire on purpose because they're set on a tray so that if anything on fire falls, it doesn't catch anything else on fire. So it's almost like this is all part of the game. This is all how it's supposed to work. And we know that this is going to happen and we just let it happen, which is crazy because he could get up and put it out if he wanted. Also note there's only one ghost. And so far, like, I think like obviously the mom died. Right, but here this is almost like a nod to Violet, and that's so cool because it's like that's the ghost here. And those are the spirits that still haunt us. Damn. Okay. These horns, bro. And it's staring at the sunflowers. Oh. Even the horns have like a somberness to them. Look at that logo in the back. We know it's coming. We know it's coming. It's foreshadowing that Ren is coming, really.
Of corporate machines planting seeds where the grass never grows, but the grass it stays greener in places unknown as well.
That's such a bar, because it's like they're constantly planting the idea of what you need to buy to be happy, what you need to purchase to make your soul feel lighter. And it goes heavily to the places where they can't afford to do that necessarily. And if you can't afford to do that, but you still try to do it, guess what happens? You run out of cash, you run out of money, and eventually you end up crashing to the ground in one way or another. And it's such a struggle for so many people. So many people are affected by that. And it's not even like you can even escape it. Like, you can try to kind of push it out as much as you want, but even if you're looking at like food prices all around the world, they're going up steadily, and eventually even the necessities become something that become almost impossible to purchase. And that's going to be the outcome for a lot of people who are not the corporations that are putting it into place, right? Because for the corporations, a lot of the prices they put up don't need to be that high. Inflation and like just general, just the profit margin ends up becoming the true dictator of the price, right? And so as a result, people end up paying more for things that cost like a percentage, like a small percentage of what they're actually paying to create. And so it ends up being this thing that you sink your money into, which you never did need to necessarily. But the corporations who know that, they don't care, because they're off in their own unknown world where the grass is greener, where they can just keep thriving and surviving while others perish and suffer amidst all of the horrible price gouging and all that stuff that happens all the time. Jesus. And I like that we're back full circle, right? Like, we keep coming back into the same path, and it's because we're trapped on that same cycle. And then later on we get it with Ren. And now he's on screen.
In London town, shaky ground carries me.
And then when he's out, like when he's high, we get this like spacey, like electronic sound. Ooh. Something to note too, right before he passed out, he was looking at Ren. I almost wonder if he's supposed to be representative of like the apathy that exists as a result, right? Like of how people, like when you feel like you as an individual cannot move the needle, and as a result you kind of just be like, all right, I'm not gonna try anything, even though as a collective, if we all try to move the needle would move, right? But there's never been like a true moment for any of that for a long time. And I think that's what this, one of the most important things that Ren's movement is building up to, is like change. But it's like, that's the apathy you feel. And so he's just kind of like lost it and just kind of chilling on the couch while everything is literally, the sunflowers are literally on fire, right? And what's cool about that is I almost feel like Ren is now watching the audience while he's sitting there on the couch. So he's watching that guy who's representative of almost like the audience, which is representative of basically the rest of the world. And he's frustrated because it's like, he's not mad at the person. You can see it. He's just like, he's simmering in that anger, but it's not an anger that's necessarily directed towards that guy. It's directed towards the situation. Maybe he even saw the same news article before all this. But also, sorry, another thing to add is like, almost like this is like his message now cutting through all of that stuff, trying to build a change even in the narrative. Even his tattoo, I think it was everything was beautiful and nothing hurt. It's like apathy, right? To a certain extent. I love through this whole thing, he's not smiling a single time. Yeah, see, he's paying for everything with cash. And like the horror is he's running out of time and running out of money. Listen to that piano. It's so distorted. Until we get to the real horror. Where he pays on his card because he's got nothing left in his pockets. And what does that mean for his future? Well, he might have a lot of interest to pay, which he can't keep up with. And then it all goes downhill from there. I almost wonder if the choice to play the old-timey song is a nod to the fact that this cycle's been happening for so long. Damn. Or maybe it's that he's from a different time? No, I doubt that. I mean, come on. Come on. How could you not be excited about this? This is going to be freaking amazing. This alone, there's so much to talk about, so much to look at, so much to listen to. God, his voice is so perfect for this. It's like, it's the emotion, it's the performativeness of it, it's just everything, right? The tone is so good, and just the lyrics alone, super short, but so impactful in the time that we hear them, right? Like it's relatively a short song, in the sense that the music aspect, the lyrics aspect of it was only like a minute or 2 minutes, but in those 2 minutes you get so much out of it. And it's so brilliant. And this is the thing about Ren that's so good, is like he is a storyteller, and he knows how to create kind of discussion. And I think this series we're going to get is going to have a lot of it. It's going to have emotion. It's going to have almost like the moral ambiguities that we see in life, where and just like the way that people interpret it, the way that people take it, and just the effect the system has on people. And then on top of that, just musicality, which is going to be amazing. So I am hyped. I'm really looking forward to the rest of this. I hope that you are too. I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that your week is better than your day, your month is better than your week, and your year is better than your month. Love you all, and I will see you on the next one.